Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us here. I'd like to call the meeting to order for Monday, November the 18th, 2024. We have a couple of items to cover before we go into our invocation and Pledge of Allegiance. We have a proclamation, so I want to start with that. Proclamation to recognize November 18th, 2024 as Arbor Day in the city of Homewood. Mr. Mayor.
All right. Who's here for the Arbor Day? Y'all want to come on up?
They're wearing green, so, you know.
All right. Whereas in 1872, the Nebraska Board of Agriculture established a special day to be set aside for the planting of trees, and whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can be a solution for combating climate change by reducing the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heating and cooling costs, moderating the temperature, cleaning the air, producing life-giving oxygen, and providing habitat for wildlife, and whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products, and whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community, and whereas trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal. Now, therefore, I, Alex Wyatt, Mayor of the City of Homewood, Alabama, do hereby proclaim November 18, 2024 as Arbor Day in the City of Homewood, and urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands. I further urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. You're very welcome. Would y'all like to say something? No? You can, absolutely. You're welcome to come say something.
From the Alabama Forestry Commission.
Sure. Do you want to do a picture first, last, or in between? I can't do this because I always hold the flag upside down. So I'm Katie Wiswell with the Alabama Forestry Commission, and part of my job is getting to congratulate cities like Homewood for being a Tree City USA. And y'all
Fantastic.
are celebrating 7 years as a Tree City
Fantastic.
USA.
Are these our stickers for the signs?
They are.
Fantastic.
You guys got to get together like you like each other as well as trees.
One, two, three. One, two, three. Perfect.
Thank you.
Certainly. Thank you all very, very much.
Thank
if we
you.
can ever help you, let me know.
Absolutely. Who wants the proclamation? Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, the next item is a presentation to Leah Davis, Jeffco Greenways Commission in Red Mountain.
So I am going to brag on these two folks walking up right now. So everybody remembers Leah. Leah's been here several times to say thank you for the amount that we budget them every year. Leah's been promoted, and so she is now External Affairs for the Jefferson County Greenways Commission. And then it is my honor to introduce you to LaFran Marks. Fran is the very first ever Jefferson County Superintendent for our parks for the Jefferson County Greenway Commission. And we just really, you guys, we got, we are so lucky to have him and have him in service for our parks and building this program, and the two of them together. I'm so happy to work with both of them.
So here's your check.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for everything you do. And feel free to make a comment if you would like to.
You go first.
We're going to make a comment first.
Oh, yeah. You want to make a comment first? Okay, go ahead.
Hey, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for the warm welcome. I truly appreciate that. And you know, Jennifer, you know I'm a huge fan, and thank you for everything. On behalf of the commission, I just want to say thanks for doing all that you do, because you don't have to do it. And I thank you for taking a vested interest into our parks. Our green spaces are, they are so much to so many people. They provide a lot of things for a lot of folks. Everything from behavioral health to, protecting trees. I mean, there's just so much that they offer and provide to us. While it is in the city of Birmingham, it's a direct connection to this city here. And I just want to tell you again, thank you on behalf of the commission, because what we do, we couldn't do it without your support. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Thank you, Mr. President.
Oh, you're welcome, Mayor. All right, we will now go into, we'll have our invocation by Councilor Andrus, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll rise, if able.
If you will bow your heads, please. Holy God, thank you for bringing us together tonight to serve you and to serve our community to the best of our ability. Thank you for the blessings you have bestowed upon Homewood and our citizens, and thank you especially for our city employees. We ask for your presence and your divine touch as we meet tonight. We ask for unity and cooperation at each level of government, city, state, nationwide, leading to the betterment of our community and our country. As Paul said in his letter to the Ephesians in chapter 4, verse 3, make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Basic flag, attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilor Andrus, doing double duty tonight. All right, Mr. Seegers, if we can call roll.
Yes, sir. Councilor Gwaltney. Gear.
Here.
Allamon.
Here.
Wolverton.
Here.
Sims.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Nelms.
Here.
Andrus.
Here.
Harden.
Here.
President Jones.
Here, we have 9, and we have a quorum established. Thank you. Okay, we have the agenda. We have the meeting minutes from November 4th. Do we have a motion to approve to dispense with the reading and approve them as distributed?
Second.
Okay, Councilor Allamon made the motion. Councilor Smith seconded that. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? That's 9-0. Passes. Okay, and next we have board vacancies. Do we have any board vacancies to report?
I have a question for Mr. Seacrest. On the Ward 3 Park Board opening, today was the closing. Did we get anybody except for Jennifer Chada? Okay, then I would like to make a motion to reappoint Jennifer Chada to the Ward 3 seat on the Park Board.
Okay, it's been motioned by Councilor Smith, second by Councilor Sims. Any questions? Okay, none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 9-0. Congratulations, Ms. Chada. And I want to mention, and I apologize, you notice the TVs are not operational. We had a technical issue before council started, and I made the decision, we're going to go ahead without the televisions. If there are questions and there's anything you need to see as we go through the city council meeting, please let us know, and we'll distribute whatever we can. Back in the old days, we used to have a mound of paper and we handed out the paper. And Mr. Kendrick, we also had water coming down from the ceiling. Remember that? Back in the old days. So I apologize for that, but we'll have that fixed by our next meeting. Okay, next we have additions to the agenda. As we know, we had committee meetings tonight, so we have several items to add. So I'm going to list those out, and please, if someone notices something we did not add, if you're a committee chair, let me know that maybe something we're missing. But here are the additions, and these are all going into old business. From Finance, 080924, bid opening held October 29th for Fire Station 3.
Hey, wait, Walter, that item's actually already on the agenda.
Oh, it's already
The
on
fir,
there.
the first two, those
I'm
two old
sorry.
business,
I
yeah.
apologize. Thank you. See, you've already kept me straight. So those items are already under old business, so we don't need to add those. So we need to start off with 11124, request for consideration of FY 23-24 budget amendment for the Department of Engineering and Zoning, coming to us from Kel Smith. 021124, request to surplus miscellaneous library equipment, coming to us by Judith Wright. 031124, request to authorize the mayor to sign a contract for ambulance services, coming to us from Chief Broadhead. Then we've got two items coming from Public Works. 041124, request permission to operate a lift from city right-of-way to do maintenance to Soho Flats North, coming to us from Dan Acock Blair Exteriors and Wyatt Pugh. 051124, request permission to plant a tree in the city right-of-way. I'm sorry that they left. They could have seen us action, with the trees. Permission to plant a tree in the city right-of-way at 427 Devon Drive. Alice Walther and Cale Smith on that one. And then we have one item that's going to committee, going to finance. Request for consideration for sale to the property on Green Springs, which is the Lou property. So that is 231124, going to committee. 231124 under committee referral. Okay, any other items that maybe I missed? Okay, is there a motion to approve the amended agenda?
I'm sorry to keep asking questions, but did you say there were two other items? Because you did the Lou property, the property to sell to the Lou's, but is there another one?
Let's see here.
No?
I don't think.
Maybe I heard you say two and I just misunderstood.
uh,
Okay, no, we're good.
Hold on one second. Let me just make sure. I believe that's it.
Okay.
Yep. Is that your motion to approve the amended agenda? Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Mr. Sims. Moved by Counselor Smith. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 9-0. That passes. Thank you for your indulgence as we work through that. We have nothing on the consent agenda, so we don't really even need to do anything with that. Yeah, it's in other than that, yeah.
And excuse
Okay.
Walter,
Yes,
sorry,
ma'am.
Counselor,
Yes.
President Walter.
Yeah.
Under the Chief Broadhead item, do we have to terminate the early contract? Do we have to do both of those?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do those in two different resolutions.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we don't need two line items?
No,
Okay,
no,
okay.
we'll handle both of those under
Okay.
one line item with
Okay.
two different resolutions. But thank you for keeping us straight there. Okay, we are moving to old business. Okay, so we have 080924, a request to set bid date for October 29th for Fire Station 3, and we have a report from Finance, Counselor Smith.
Yes, we actually heard from Chief Broadhead and the contractor at our previous meeting and carried it over to discuss it a little bit further. And the Chief Broadhead has taken, there was a canopy originally in the project that has been removed, and so we voted 3-0 in finance to approve this for the final cost of $396,158. At Station 3, and that motion was made by Counselor Alamon and seconded by Mr. Harden.
Thank you, Counselor Smith, for that report. Are there any questions for the good of the order? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 9-0. That passes. Resolution 24-159. Okay, moving on, 10/10/24, bid date set for November 18th, which is today, 2024, 4 PM for new police vehicles. We have a report from Finance, Mrs. Smith.
Yes, we actually held the bid opening today at 4:01, and we had one bidder, that was Donahue Chevrolet from Fort Payne, Alabama. This is, the bid price was $649,019.80 for 13 police Tahoes, and that works out to about $49,924.60 each, and that's a police capital budgeted item. That motion was made by Counselor Allamon, seconded by Mr. Harden. It was a 3-0 vote to approve.
Thank you,
That-
Counselor Smith. Any questions? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 9-0, that passes. Resolution 24-160. Okay, 01-11-24, request for consideration of FY 23-24 budget amendments for Department of Engineering and Zoning. A report from Finance, Mrs. Smith.
Yes, the committee met and voted 3-0 to approve paying this last invoice for the 18th Street West project. This was specifically due for the overages of the projects, which were actually really low. And Mr. Kendrick, can you say again what those two different accounts were? You said it 35,000 from one and 4,500 from another. That's okay. It's no big deal. So yes, we voted 3-0 to approve that, and that was a motion made by Mr. Allamon, seconded by Mr. Harden.
And this is one resolution.
One resolution,
Okay.
yes, for this one.
I can read you those, because I was thinking.
Okay, that's okay.
$8,860.95 from account number 26115992 transfer to capital projects, and $35,430.82 from account number 0100112 cash account.
Okay, thank you. So that was approved 3-0, that budget amendment.
Okay, great. Thank you for that report. Any questions? Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes 9-0. That's Resolution 24-161. 02-11-24, request to surplus miscellaneous library equipment, coming to us from Judith Wright. And we have a report, first of all, from the Finance Committee, Mrs. Smith.
Yes, we voted 3-0 to approve surplusing the equipment. That motion was made by Counselor Harden and seconded by Mr. Allamon.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Kendrick, if you can give us our first reading on this ordinance.
Yes, sir. It's an ordinance to establish and declare the following described personal property of the city is no longer needed for public or municipal purposes and therefore declared surplus. Exhibit A describes the property which is miscellaneous library surplus property. Section 2, the mayor and the clerk are authorized and directed to dispose of the property by auction to the highest bidder.
I'd make a motion.
Got it.
Sorry.
Okay, and so we have a motion for a unanimous consent.
Yes.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Sims. If you'll call roll, please, for unanimous consent. Mr. Sims?
Yes, sir. Counselor Gear,
Here, yes.
Allamon,
Yes.
Wolverton,
Yes.
Sims. Smith,
Yes.
Nelms,
Yes.
Andrus,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
President Jones.
Yes.
And
That
I would
passes
move,
9-0.
and I would move to approve.
We already have an approval
that's
from
right.
Finance, so
Yeah.
it does not require a second. So if Mr. Segrist, if you will call roll for the ordinance.
Yes. Counselor Gear,
Yes.
Allamon,
Yes.
Wolverton,
Yes.
Sims. Smith,
Yes.
Nelms,
Yes.
Andrus,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
President Jones.
Yes. It passes 9-0. That's ordinance 2918. Okay, next we have 03-11-24, request to authorize the mayor to sign a contract for ambulance services. Comes this from Chief Broadhead, a report from Finance, Mrs. Smith.
Yes, and we actually have two resolutions under this item. And the first being, we heard from Chief Broadhead, the first is a mutual termination agreement that we are going to sign with Lifeguard Ambulance Service, who has been providing our ambulance service to end our service effective January 1, 2025. And that motion was made by Mr. Harden and seconded by Mr. Allemán and was approved 3-0 in finance.
Okay, we'll take that one first. So that's the termination letter. Any questions on that? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 9-0. That passes. That's Resolution 24-162.
And then the secondary motion, or the secondary item, is to have the mayor sign the contract with RPS, Regional Paramedic Services, to begin ambulance service on January 1st, 2025. And the total cost of that contract is $675,000. And that motion was made by Mr. Harden, seconded by Mr. Allemán, and was 3-0 as well.
Great. Any questions or comments?
I do want to thank Chief Broadhead for all the work he did on this. Anytime we get to save money and the work he did to get us to save money, I appreciate.
Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 9-0. That passes. Resolution 24-163. 04-11-24, request permission to operate a lift from city right-of-way to do maintenance to Soho Flats North. Coming to us from Dan Aycock, and a report from Public Works, Mr. Wolverton.
Yes, the committee voted 5-0 to approve, pending coordination with the fourth floor on this and permitting. They just, as a point of order, they still have to get approval from the HOA to proceed, but basically we signed off to allow them to coordinate once they receive HOA approval.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wolverton. Any questions on that? Comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? It's 9-0. That passes. Resolution 24-164. 05-11-24, request permission to plant a tree in the city right-of-way at 427 Devon. And before I say this, Ms. Andrus, how do I pronounce that?
I say Devon, but I know I've only lived there 20 years. I say Devon.
Devon, I don't know.
At 427
Devon.
Devon.
But I mean, I think
Devon
old
Drive.
school
Okay.
says Devon.
This is a
I say
Ward 5
Devon.
issue, and I'm.
I say Devon. I
Devon,
do.
okay.
I do.
So,
I think I say
so
Devon.
thank you for that. Okay, so we have a report from Public Works, Mr. Wolverton.
Yes, the committee met and voted 5-0 to recommend approval,
Well, to me,
pending the proper
Windsor,
indemnification agreement.
Yorkshire.
Okay. Any questions, comments? Okay, hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 9-0. That passes. Resolution 24-165. Okay, I believe that is all that we have. And now we have the committee referral agenda. As I'll remind you, we only had that one addition of the Lou property that's going to be going to finance. That was the only addition. But do we have a motion to approve the committee referral agenda?
Second.
Okay, moved by Counselor Smith. Oh, and Nelms and Smith, okay? Counselor Nelms and then Counselor Smith.
Quick question, President.
Yes.
Charles. On the, we're about to approve this, but the item 17-11-24 appears also on other new business as such. That's no.
To set the public
Yeah,
hearing.
we're,
public hearing.
yeah, we got to set the public hearing under new business, but yeah. And that's kind of a new thing, but I'm glad we do that so that we can set that. Okay, so we have the motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 9-0. That passes. Okay, now we'll move on to other new business. And Counselor Allemán, just like you, we're bringing up there. Our first item is 17-11-24, request to set a public hearing for consideration of an amended development plan at 169 West Oxmoor, which centered on the proposed renovation of existing two-story office building as a site for the planned mixed-use development. Said amendment proposing to further refine and modify some of the approved uses of a mean to allow the owner greater flexibility in securing viable tenants, as well as removing a previously approved restaurant and related outdoor dining porch and relocating an approved driveway entrance, exit off Oxmoor Road to alternate off-site location. So we need to, on this one, we need to set a public hearing. So what would be the date for that?
December 16th, first opportunity to meet.
Okay, is there a motion to set that public hearing for?
So moved.
December?
Second.
Okay, I think that was Counselor Harden, and I believe that was Counselor Andrus. To set that for December 16th. Any questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? That's 9-0. Okay, 18-11-24, request to consider paying tiered year-end bonus with general fund surplus, and that comes to us from the mayor. And would you like to provide a report for that? We've talked a lot about that during
Yes.
budget hearings, but
I'm
Mrs.
happy to
Smith, if
share
you want to
the-
recap that.
Yeah, I'm happy to share the structure that the bonuses will take, and I'm sorry, my eyes are so bad. This will be a grossed up bonus, so the check that our employees will receive will be the full amount. The city will cover the taxes in that, for that. The structure is for 20 years or plus more years of service to the city. The employee will get $2,000. For 16 to 19 years of service, $1,500. From 10 to 15 years of service, $1,000. For 7 to 9 years of service, that's $750. For 4 to 6 years of service, it's $500. And for 1 to 3 years of service, that's $350. And that amount not to exceed would be $300,000.
Wonderful. Okay, and so to recap, that is grossed up, so you're going to take home that. It's better than the Jelly of the Month Club. So we're excited about that. Since this is coming under new businesses, is there a motion from the floor to approve that?
Second.
Okay, moved by Counselor Smith, and I think I heard Counselor Nelms first down there. All right, any other questions on that? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes 9-0. And I believe that is, let's see.
167.
167.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, 166.
Okay, resolution 24-166. Yeah, that's correct, yep. Okay. Okay, 19-11-24, request to authorize mayor to sign a contract with Video Industrial for stormwater rehab. That comes to us from Kel Smith.
Yeah, we don't have TVs, so I have a picture that I can hold up and I can show it to you if you want to see a close-up.
You can do a Vanna White if you need to.
Yeah,
around the
that's right. Behind Dawson, in their second building where the crosswalk goes over to that building, at 1100 Highland, the parking lot caved in. There was a car parked there. There was a huge sinkhole.
Oh.
So they had the car towed out. This is approximately in the area where they built the retaining wall in the right-of-way. That construction didn't have anything to do with this. We TV'd it, found 123 feet of corrugated metal pipe that we're proposing to rehab. And while we're in there doing that, we're also going to do the entire stretch from the corner of Evergreen and Irving down to Highland and Gaineswood for $99,445. Hopefully we won't spend that much, but they've got a lot of money in the budget for chemical grouting. This is also a trenchless method, meaning that they're not going to tear up the whole parking lot to repair the pipe. That's
And
all.
this is obviously an emergency situation. Otherwise, we would taken it through normal committee, but we really needed to take
That's
care of
right.
this
Go ahead
as
and
quickly
release
as
it, yeah.
possible.
Is this, I'm confused. I haven't seen where that is. Is that in the parking lot of Dawson, in one of their parking lots?
It is.
And so that's on private property?
It's our pipe.
Oh, okay.
That's correct.
So we've got an easement going through there for stormwater.
Right. It's the two pipes that carry Griffin Brook Creek
Oh.
from
Okay,
about the high school. There's a channel, an open channel, and then it goes underground through the parking lot.
okay. What will you, Mr. Smith, what do you replace that with? Do you put new corrugated pipe in? What-
Absolutely not.
I
Whoever
didn't think
invented
so.
that stuff.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Um,
Some kind of PVC?
No. So they're not gonna slip line it, they're gonna go in and spin cast. So like cementitious material, they get in and they spray the sides and they pour the invert back. So you'll have a concrete sleeve
Okay,
that adheres to the corrugated metal.
okay. And that makes it more permanent and
That's right.
stiffer, okay?
Yep. And then they'll inject, this is probably more than you wanna know, but they'll inject chemical grout from the inside of the pipe into some of the voids on the outside of the pipe to hopefully prevent this from happening again.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, is there a motion to approve? Okay, Counselor Alaman made the motion, Counselor Wolverton seconded that. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 9-0, and that passes Resolution 24-167. Okay, 2011-24, request to change signatures at Truist Bank account, coming to us from Judge A. Bischoff. So, this is just, we've had some changes, so we're gonna need to change signatures, and we need authorization and a resolution to do that. Who moved that? Counselor Alaman, and made the motion. Counselor Wolverton seconded that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 9-0. Passes 24-168. Okay, it's gonna be a tough one. 21-11-24. I'm just kidding. Well, if anyone would even notice, I would have said that. Request for consideration of appointment to fill vacancy in Ward 3, Place 2 seat. Coming to us from me, I guess. Okay. That's right. So, well, thank you. So do we have a report on this? Yes, Mr. Sims.
Yes, after a steadfast 26 years in the Ward 3, Place 2 seat approximately, we have a vacancy. And we attempted to find some worthy candidates through an opening, and we actually had some great members of our community who applied. 5 of them interviewed last week, so very grateful to all of the candidates for their interest and willingness to serve our community. Most of them, or all of them honestly, are in some way already serving our community. But for this Ward 3, Place 2 seat, I would like to nominate Jody Brandt for the position.
And I would second that motion.
Okay, now we have a motion from Mr. Sims, second from Counselor Smith, to appoint Jody Brandt to the seat. Any questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that's 9-0 for that. And that's Resolution 24-169. And thank you for everyone who participated in the interviews. They went really well. I thought you did a great job coordinating that, Mr. Sims. 22-11-24, request for consideration of approval of vouchers for period of November 5th through November 18th. Coming to us from Judge A. Bischoff, but we've got Mrs. Smith, who approved or looked at the vouchers this time. So,
Yes, I only have a few more to go. I'm very not sad about that. And as usual, Kelly will attest, I always have questions, and she always answers them wonderfully. So I would make a motion to approve the vouchers for the period of November 5th through November 18th, 2024.
okay, we have a motion from Mrs. Smith. Second from Counselor Alaman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 9-0. Resolution 24-170. I hope I have not missed anything. I believe that is it, so I will turn it over to the mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. And I'm wondering if we can somehow just like name that seat, the Walter Jones seat or something, you know, moving forward.
Like the things they used to have it.
It's hard to believe Walter Jones won't be in that seat. But at any rate, congratulations to Jody. Thank all of y'all for interviewing and doing that. I know it's just like any time we interview, we always get good candidates, and it's hard to choose. But I think you made an excellent choice, and look forward to working with Jody. Secondly, thanks to Will Acock for bringing his son's Cub Scout group and Weeblos up here. That might be why we're missing a few of these fuzzy things on the microphones that we'll replace, but we had a lot of fun. We took a tour of City Hall and explained how government worked, and they might have learned something that night. Most of all, they were impressed that the mayor's office had a bathroom in it. All right, so a couple of things coming up. Employee Thanksgiving lunch at Shades Cahaba this year. That's this Thursday at 11:30. I hope that I will be there, but I've got a deposition that morning, so I may have to miss it, but encourage everybody to go. That's always a lot of fun. A reminder that City Hall will be closed for Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving. Also with Thanksgiving, the Amway schedule changes. So if your garbage is normally picked up on Thursday, it will be picked up on Friday. If it's normally picked up on Friday, it will be picked up on Saturday. So please note that. And lastly, since President Jones threw out his first Christmas vacation reference already, I'll remind everyone that the holiday parade is coming up on the 10th at 6:30. I know we'll have another meeting in between to remind everybody of that, but always looking forward to that. So with that, that's it. Thank you.
When will we have our official tree lighting here?
Yeah.
How about in 10 minutes?
Okay, great. It was on and now it's not. So anyway, well, Mr. Kendrick, bah humbug. No, I'm just teasing. So maybe we'll just light it during our meetings or something. Anyway, thank you, Mayor, for those comments. So we'll go down the line. Councilor Gear.
I do not have any comments tonight. Thank you.
Great. Okay, Councilor Alaman.
Yeah, I just want to quickly thank Trinity West and Pastor Ian Cotterly for the Glow Parade last night in West Homewood. It was a really great event to bring out a lot of community. And that's it. Those are my comments for today. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Wolverton.
I do not see any public works items, so I do not intend to set public works. I also wanted to, thank the community, but Trinity West for kind of their forward-thinking and community-centered event. This was the 4th year they did the Glow Parade, and went off without a hitch. And I think everybody had a good time. The crowd has grown every single year that they've done it. They're probably going to have to expand back into the back area of the parking lot. But it's always great to see everybody out and enjoy time together. Let's see. I think that's it.
Okay, great. Councilor Sims.
Yes, a couple of noteworthy events this past weekend. One was the Edgewood Christmas tree lighting on Friday, which was a great event. Really appreciate Shay Gartman with the Chamber for helping with that event, as well as David and Leah Knight, who did a lot of the coordination in partnership with the other businesses. I just think it was fantastic as far as the turnout and the number of businesses that participated, and I think that the people were out spending money supporting our local businesses, and that was fantastic. So looking forward to next year, and thanks for all involved. Also, this past Sunday was the Edgewood Elementary 100-year anniversary event, which was amazing. Just wanted to thank Katie Seal, who chaired the committee for the organization of that. Also, Laura Feld and the entire PTO faculty. It was really a great event. And so just appreciate all the effort that went into that. And finally, I would like to set special issues for after planning.
Great, thank you. Counselor Sims. Counselor Smith.
Yes, first of all, I'd love to congratulate Jody Brandt. We did have 5 really qualified candidates who interviewed for the position. Everybody came prepared and had lots of good things to say, but real excited to be sitting next to Mr. Brandt for the next year. And I do need to set finance. So finance at 5 next Monday, the 25th. Yes, and that's
Very
it for
good.
me.
Okay. Counselor Nelms.
I don't have anything, but I think we need to set public safety for the streetlight, one item. So, and I'll just say happy
Okay,
birthday
after
to Walter
special
again.
issues. Okay. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Counselor Andrus.
So I do need to set P and D, so I will go ahead and do that. And, I have to tell you guys about Fran. I know I got, anyway, I think it's fun with my son talking and y'all, he's amazing. He is from, this area. We did a nationwide search, for a park superintendent, for the first ever Jefferson County Park Superintendent. And we got down to 6 candidates where we did Zoom, very long, like hour-long Zoom calls. And everybody else was throughout the Southeast. Fran is here locally. He lives here. Like, he was the only person that was local, and he blew everybody away. And we were all just like, we couldn't even believe this guy lives right here, and he's here for, I mean, he's so dynamic. He's a former military guy. And like I said, to take on this new role and envision this new role that needs to be successful, it has 3 years to be successful for us to live in the county budget. And he has come in, and everybody loves him, and he's so dynamic, and he was here locally. He was our guy. So it just was, that was a coincidence. It's just like he blew all of us away. When we were done with that, we all just were like, whoa. So anyway, I'm glad you guys got a chance to meet him, and look for him out in the parks, because he goes out in the parks. He's out using the parks. So anyway, that's a long story, but I just wanted to tell you who you guys met tonight for the first time. So
Great, thank you. Counselor Harden.
Yes, I just wasn't here last Wednesday, so I appreciate the rest of the city council carrying my water for me to interview all those folks, and I'm looking forward to having Jody here. Very excited about that. And Walter, I want to happy birthday and congratulate you on a well-run first meeting and on your birthday. So it's a special day for Walter.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Someone said, "You're going to council tonight?" I said, "I can't think of anywhere else I would rather be on my birthday." So I have a lot of friends I'm going to go to dinner with later, so they're waiting on me. I said, "You can make it." So anyway, thank you for everyone that participated, as I mentioned, and your first comments, Mayor. I mean, that's so. We're transitioning well, and you let me know if I can do anything. I know our committee's working hard on the city manager, so that's in the works, and I don't think I have anything else. So with that, we're adjourned.